Welcome to Flipped Classroom. Today's lesson is about compound sentences. You may have first been exposed to compound sentences in your childhood if you saw the TV show Schoolhouse Rock and you sang the song Conjunction Junction, What's Your Function? Now we're going to take a little more of an academic look at compound sentences. Let's start by reviewing independent clauses. They look very much like a sentence because they do have a subject and a verb. The difference is it doesn't have to start with a capital letter, and it doesn't have to have an end mark, such as a period. It can, for example, dogs eat meat, capital letter and period, skydiving is fun, capital letter and period, but an independent clause does not have to have a capitalization and a period. Dogs eat meat, skydiving is fun. So in what situation would you not capitalize the beginning of a sentence and a period? Keyword there was sentence, when an independent clause is attached to a dependent clause. So, when they are hungry, dogs eat meat. When they are bored, skydiving is fun. In these cases, they're not capitalized because they are not the beginning of a sentence. There are three ways to combine two or more independent clauses. 1, coordinating conjunction. We'll call those fanboys. 2, semicolon plus conjunctive adverb plus comma. And 3, semicolon. Notice in these three choices, using only a comma is not a way to connect two independent clauses. We would call that a run-on. Dogs get hungry, they eat meat. We have three ways we can connect those sentences. Let's take a look. The most common one is comma plus a fanboy. For and nor, but, or, yet, so. The most common way is to use a comma plus a coordinating conjunction. The easy way to remember what a coordinating conjunction is fanboys. For and nor, but, or, yet, so. Dogs get hungry, so they eat meat. I am happy, for she makes me smile. When we commonly speak, we use the word because. I am happy because she makes me smile. Because is not a coordinating conjunction. The coordinating conjunction for the idea because, cause and effect, is the word for. In many cases, you have more than one choice of which fanboy that you can use, because some have very similar meanings. For example, but and yet. They basically mean the same. Let's take a look at some examples. Speech is silver, but silence is golden. I fought the law, and the law won. The house was dark, so she didn't ring the doorbell. He decided to sign the contract, for he didn't want to be in violation. Notice each of these, it looks like a sentence, and it is connected with a comma in coordinating conjunction. Fanboy. Now, what if you only have one independent clause? For example, the cat is black and white. There's only one independent clause. If we use the concept of trains, it's easy to visualize. The cat is black. Comma and white. Is and white a complete independent clause, a complete sentence? No. That's why we do not use a comma between black and white. We just say the cat is black and white. Let's take a look at another one. Adoption is a complex and emotional process. Adoption is complex. Okay, that is an independent clause, but and emotional process, that is not a complete sentence. So we would not add a comma before and. We would just write adoption is a complex and emotional process. Now let's look at a sentence that does have two independent clauses connected with a fanboy. Adoption is a complex and emotional process. So, Joe should think about it before adopting a child. Notice how we have two sentences, two independent clauses, and they are connected with a comma in fanboy. So keep in mind, you do not always use a comma with a fanboy. You only use a comma with a fanboy when you are connecting two independent clauses. If it's just a sentence with a fanboy in it, nope, no commas necessary. The other way to connect two independent clauses is with a semicolon. Dogs get hungry, they eat meat. I am happy, she makes me smile. I want to swim, she has a pool in her yard. All of these are grammatically correct, but a word of warning. Semicolons are very common in poetry because you're trying to create a specific sound. But you don't want to overuse semicolons in an academic paper, a job application, because it can give the sense of less sophistication. So think twice before using a semicolon. Even though it's grammatically correct, it might give off the wrong tone. Conjunctive adverbs are the most formal. In this, you have your two independent clauses and you connect them with semicolon, conjunctive adverb, and comma. Let's take a look. Dogs get hungry, therefore they eat meat. I am angry, consequently, she gets nervous. Here's a list of conjunctive adverbs that you would use to connect two independent clauses with a semicolon and a comma. So in review, there are 3 ways to connect independent clauses. Fanboys, coordinating conjunctions, semicolon plus conjunctive adverb plus comma, and just semicolons. Now you are ready to start creating compound sentences. Thank you for joining me today in Flipped Classroom.